everyone. Sparkle Entertainment's Lock Talk is super excited to welcome Samir Ratanshi Shah, who has done his bachelor's in chemical engineering from Mumbai University, master's in industrial and systems engineering from Auburn University, Alabama. He has worked as a simulation engineer working on training programs for APEC helicopters in Dallasville, Alabama, and currently he is working as a director in Ceron Drugs Pharmaceuticals Private Limited since 1997, which is their family business and which the company was founded by his father, Mr. Ratanshi Shah. They are into manufacturing of many branded and generic medicines which helps you in diabetes, pain and muscle relaxation and many more. So here we have such a noble and such a great man who has international exposure, and of course their company is dealing with companies of Europe, America also. So we welcome you, Samirji. I am so grateful and thankful to you that you have spared your valuable time for our Lock Talk. Hi Samirji, thank you so much for sparing your valuable time for our Lock Talk, and here comes the first question for you, which is very important for all of us, for pharmaceutical companies, and of course you are the best person to give the best reply for this question. So my question to you, sir, is news has it that India has been planning to ramp up the production of pharmaceutical ingredients and is planning to become an alternative supplier to China called the China Plus One strategy. It is also a well-known fact that India imports almost 70% of its bulk drugs and intermediates from China. And in the light of India tightening FDI policy with reference to Chinese investments and China obviously being against it, but also knowing of its strong position with reference to the dependence of India for bulk drugs and intermediates, how do you think things will play out?
Hi Rita, it's nice to be connected with you online here. With regards to your questions on the pharma industry, on the first question, for the API ingredients, most of the ingredients are imported from China. For your question, I have made a slide, and let us look at the slide. So let's look at the comparison of India and China. So China has a large infrastructure. They have huge production capacities at lower cost. They provide good services. They have faster deliveries compared to India. They have good regulatory compliance. The current sentiments are, however, lower. From India, we import $2.5 billion worth of API from China out of the total 3.5 billion imports from all over the world. If we look at India, we have good quality products. We have good research and development sites. We have niche molecules. We also have regulatory compliance, but our production capacities are lower. We have environment concerns. Our government regulations are such that they slow us down. We have costly fermentation technologies. And from India, we export roughly around $225 million. There is a proposal from Niti Aayog to boost bulk drug productions, which is roughly around $400 million. However, we need higher production capacities. We need to lower the costs. We should have good effluent treatment systems and business parks. We should focus on business excellence and obviously skilled manpower.
And here comes the second question for you, sir. In the view of India planning to become an alternative supplier to China, what in your opinion could be the difficulties that India would face on the front of procurement of raw materials and undertaking manufacturing process to meet demand, considering that social distancing will surely be a norm at least for coming few months, and the same compels factories to function at a limited capacity. Also, there is logistical disruption and also scarcity of workers and shortage of staff.
We taken at the micro level are we have to work on collaborations rather than competition. We should have a positive mindset, focus on growth, improve efficiency in all respects. Disruptions brings innovation, so we have to focus on innovations, and ease of doing business will really help us go in a long way.
Fantastic answer. Sir, your talks really show the intelligence and experience what you have gained since so many years. And now my third question for you is, what measures have you specifically at micro level, and what steps has the pharmaceutical industry in general at macro level taken and are looking to take in future to ensure smooth operations?
Yeah, we have taken various steps at the micro level at our plant. Mainly it is social distancing, compulsory wearing of masks, arrangement of buses with social distancing obviously, using of sanitizers before and after getting into the transport, sanitization of vehicles, increased frequency of sanitization at common places, slogans in canteens and at common places, and affirmations about improving immunity. We taken at the micro level are we have to work on collaborations rather than competition. We should have a positive mindset, focus on growth, improve efficiency in all respects. Disruptions brings innovation, so we have to focus on innovations, and ease of doing business will really help us go in a long way.
And here comes the fourth question for you, sir. How would you do the SWOT analysis of the industry presently in the light of COVID-19 pandemic and the challenges which are likely to come up in future?
SWOT analysis for pharma industry, I have made a slide. I think I can explain to you better on the slide. Let's look at the strengths. So we have good facilities in India, R&D capabilities, alternate medicine fields, knowledge and talent, quality of production, and reasonable costs. Weaknesses, we have lot of dependency on China for raw materials. We have dearth of skilled manpower and discipline. Price regulation in India. We have lot of opportunities post-COVID era, as India will be a favorable alternate destination. There will be growth opportunities in R&D and CRAMS. There are a lot of off-patent products, and the generic markets are opening up more and more. Threats would be our policies and less ease of doing business in India, low cost Chinese products, and world trade policies post-COVID era.
Sir, last and final question for you is, what message would you give to an aspiring entrepreneur who wishes to set up his or her leg in the industry you have been a major player for long?
In pharma industry, I would like to say that first they have to believe in themselves. You should have a vision. You should take risks. You should work on innovative products, technologies, and strategies. You should have excellent marketing skills. You have to be very, very patient in the pharma industry because the gestation periods are very long, and you should not expect a quick buck. You have to work with the best teams, and you have to partner with the best resources and vendors.